Hello, today we're going to talk about Qimage Ultimate and how you can send email copies of your images to your friends and relatives as easy as can be. There are two methods to do this in Qimage, and we'll take the thumbnail method first. And for the sake of speed and not wanting to spend a lot of time processing, we'll just take one or two images for the demonstration. Well, all we have to do is select the thumbnails. I'll select this one. Is a normal Windows function. I can select a second one or a third or a fourth or as many as I like. Okay, well right now we're going to right click and select send via email, and we pick a size. Okay, well if you have a whole lot, like 10 or 12 pictures you're emailing, you pick a small size. If you have one or two, you can pick a larger size. We'll take something in the middle. It's called large, 1024 by 768. And Qimage is processing one of two right here, and now it's processing two of two, and these are raw images, so they're a little larger than your JPEGs. And now it's ready to compose an email. You want to do that? Yes. So we click yes, and we get our email client ready to send email box, and all you have to do is put the name of the recipient in here, click send, and you're all set. So I'm going to close this up now, and we'll deal with what we did. We created two downsized images. Where did they go? Okay, well Qimage does this. It makes a subfolder, a folder just below the one you're currently in, and it makes two small copies. As you can see, they're 1024 by 683 on this one, and I'm going to close this and put it back. Okay, and I'm going to show you something, which is how Qimage deletes them and replaces it with whatever else you downsize. So we're going to say send via email again. I've chosen two different pictures. I'm going to say go ahead and shrink them, and it's processing. Now it's two of two, and it says, do you want to compose an email? I'm going to say no, because you've already seen the email box, and we just want to look in here and click on that subfolder, and you can see the other two images are gone, and these two have replaced it. And Qimage does that to prevent you from accumulating dozens and dozens and dozens of images that you probably no longer need. So it keeps replacing it, and you don't have a big stockpile of unwanted images. Okay, now let's show you the second method. I'm going to take this image, but I'm going to put it in the queue this time. That means I click on the plus sign, the image jumps over to the other side, okay, and all I have to do is right click and say create email web size copy. Very similar to what we did before, but this time we have a few more choices. We have the same size selection. You can do that. You can type in a special size, and here it's letting you choose if you want to convert to a JPEG in RGB color space, and the answer is 99% of the time yes, so we leave the check mark. And right now, if you look down at the bottom left here, you can see that my picture happens to be in my camera color space and not the one that's RGB, so it will be converted. If I didn't want it converted, I simply remove the check mark. Okay, here's the next one, and this is kind of interesting. It says honor the print crops and stamps. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to click go and see what we get. Now this image up here is set to print at 8 by 10, and in order to do that it had to auto crop. So let's see what Qimage did with it. I'm going to look in that folder again, and if you look here, you can see that it's the same image here as it is up here. Okay, so Qimage obeyed the crop and kept it the same. Now we'll go and redo this again. I'm going to right click, I'm going to say create email web size copies, but I'm going to say don't honor the crop and say go. Let's see what happens. Okay, just give it another few seconds and we'll be there. And now we go and click to open that folder again and see what we have. Well, I tell you what, if you look carefully, you can see the moon up here. That's the full image, including the moon. And if we look here, we don't have that. There's no moon up in this place. So Qimage did not crop the downsized copy. It just left it as the original. It's just a tool, just something you keep in mind that you can do it if you want to. Okay, next thing we're going to look at. Supposing you wanted to make a slideshow and you wanted a few images and you didn't want to stick them in that erasing itself folder where Qimage constantly deletes the previous ones. You want to add a few slides today and maybe some tomorrow, and you didn't want them erased. Okay, so we can do this create email thing again, but here instead of leaving a blank output folder which puts it into that special deletable folder, we create one. Okay, you can either browse for one, but in this case for simplification we'll say C:\slideshow. Okay, and I say go. And it says, do you want to create a new folder named C:\slideshow? Boy, that's a tongue twister. Yes. Okay, and it's processing the image. And it's done. Okay, do you want to go to the folder now? Well, not yet. Not yet, because I want to show you that I'm going to put another couple of images in here. Let's put these two in, and we're going to do the same thing with them. Okay, let me get this one out of here, and we're going to put these two in, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, create email web size copies. We have the slideshow folder in there already. We say go. Looks like there's 4 images in the queue. I was going faster than I thought I was. And just be another few seconds and we'll have them, and then we'll go and inspect that folder, and you'll see that the images were not erased, not deleted. Do you want to go to that folder now? Yes. And look what we have. We've got the images and they weren't erased. Here's the original, and here's the ones we just put in. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.